Welcome back to Bonico Tarot. And yeah, I figured it might be nice to have a little bit of sage to start this one off. Energies are pretty high, as we're all well aware. Sending out love, light, and truth, and the pursuit of it to all. So, here's another big report. We are dealing with a lunar eclipse. And lunar eclipses in general, can trigger fated events. But this one, it's not so much the eclipse that's of concern in this moment. It is the moon square to Mars. So we're dealing with some very intense energies. I would anticipate that that this June will be probably one of the most intense months that we've had in decades. So, as I advise to many of my friends, make sure you have your helmet on this weekend, because it's going to be a doozy. I mean, who knows what's going to happen, really. But it's definitely a time to not give in to impulses, especially when we're feeling triggered by something. So before I get too deep into the details on the eclipse, I'm going to get a little business stuff out of the way. I do offer private readings, and so I've just finished making a little flyer, which I've posted on Bonico Tarot on Facebook, so you can see it there for quick reference. But basically what I'm offering is I'm offering a one question 30-minute in-depth tarot reading. That will be for $35. And then if you want to go a little bit more into your situation, or if you have a few things you want to take a look at, then I would recommend that we do the multiple questions 60-minute reading, which a lot of the times they go more. Now, I can do those live, or I can also record them and send you a link online where you can look at them yourself and possibly opt for them for download. I'm still kind of working that out, but at any rate, I do have a space to send you a link at this time, and I'll give you more details about that once you message me. And then my third little itty bitty reading option is the I Need a Sign 3-card reading, and that is recorded only. So what I would do is email you a photo of the spread in terms of the cards that I laid out, and then a quick little voicemail or voice memo file for your use to refer to. So then also I would like to direct you to the Venus retrograde, Venus RX, for each sign, the reports that I did for each sign a little over a week ago. Those reports are going to be relevant for May, June, and July. And also a handy reference for your hindsight is 2020 kind of thing as we move into the late summer and early fall, because we've got a lot of aspects that are triggering significant changes, because we have moved into a new chapter and we're creating a paradigm that we have no point of reference for. So things are happening, we're not really seeing them coming because we're not familiar with the dynamics of this new paradigm. So Let me see, did I get all the business over with? And then also, yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the bell for notifications so that when I do get videos up, you are notified right away. And so, yeah, let's get to the general astrological themes for this lunar eclipse. So, this lunar eclipse is in Sagittarius, and because it's square Mars, the dynamics are around love and hate. So, and, you know, all manner of extremes in this respect. So, it's a classic kind of dynamic where you really have to ask yourself, which wolf am I going to feed? There will be things that will poke you, that will trigger you. And so if you don't want to be caught up with a huge mess of details to have to work out when throughout the rest of the summer, when you really wanted to have your eye on other things, then I suggest you really rein yourself in. We all need to take a pause, take a breath, and know without a doubt that we see the way that we're heading clearly before we act. Most of the planets are in retrograde or in some stage of it, and Mercury retrograde is right around the corner, folks. So, you know, with all the action that we've seen so far, it's really best to be paying attention and put your helmet on. What this is also leading us into is we have a solar eclipse later in the month, and that will be, what is that solar eclipse going to be in? I believe it's is it Cancer? Yes, it's going to be Cancer. If I'm wrong, I will correct myself. And that's going to be based on our issues around freedoms and restriction. So I think that we're already seeing a lot of those themes that are playing out, and here at this time we're looking for sort of the culmination or the climax that does bring clarity and opens up a whole new path for many of us. One of the things that I've been finding that I've been advising my clients of so far is that when we feel like we're in this vice grip and the options are not clear, and we find that we're actually attached to a particular outcome of our situation, I recommend that you find a way to surrender without it having to mean failure or death. So, as with all of my readings, I like to play with perspective, and I invite you to join me as I provide you with the context of astrology to then create yet another story with finer details in time and space with the tarot. So, here's the deal. Taurus, this eclipse falls in your 8th house of intimacy, death, other people's money, taxes, that sort of thing. So this eclipse is likely to be focused around things like a new source of income, changes in the income and how it's coming in, joint financial issues you might have with a partner, business or personal, and, you know, investments, that kind of thing, how you share cash with other people. Also with how you share yourself intimately with others. You know, often there can be a symbiotic relationship between those two things. So, so this is going to be touching on your relationships with regards to things like money, sex, and how emotionally available you are. Or perhaps you may even be tested and find a new depth in a relationship as a result of this eclipse that brings you an intense shot of vulnerability, which is ultimately where true intimacy lies. So I'm going to read the cards now for you, Taurus. And we're going to take a look at 3 cards from the Rider-Waite deck. There's one. And then I'm going to clarify them with my mini Rider-Waite. There's 2. And also pull a card from the Lenormand. Alright, so let's take a look at the surrounding energies for this eclipse for Taurus. Oh, baby. We got the Tower. So that's your energies. So it looks like you're going to be feeling this one. Let's see if we can get some more insight for you. Oh, 5 of Wands. Oish. Oh, defending yourself. 7 of Wands. Oh, and the 2 of Pentacles. So it's kind of like, abort, abort, abort. It's possible that the situation is already blown up before the eclipse even hits. So, or the eclipse is going to kind of force you into hiding. So there seems to be some sort of a battle going on, and you're kind of standing on your own, on your little hill, saying, back. And then you run away, and you leave the drama in the background, and you start weighing your options, like, really fast. So let's take a look at what my mini Rider-Waite has to say. I'll pull these cards in advance, I think. There we go. And then all right. We'll look at that after. All right, so for the 5 of Wands, we have the Star card. So you may be involved in a dispute with an Aquarius. And these energies, it's like there's no peace in it. But it's in the past. So let's see the present energies. Yeah. You're moving on. It's like you've defended yourself enough, but you're retreating from whatever this situation is. You're not really sure where you're going. You're just getting out. It's like, I'm done. No more drama for me. I'm out of here. Yeah, and so as you weigh up your options, you may actually be communicating with people. It's like, I'm out of here. Can I come hang out with you? What are you doing? That kind of stuff. So let's see the underlying energies behind the mini tarot. Yeah, you're going solo for a while, I think, Taurus. This could be the culmination of a relationship that's been ending for quite some time. And you do have places to go. You're also still very much under the influence of Uranus and Taurus. So this is what's going to happen, like for a number of years, is, your comfort that you find in finding social groups and hanging out with them, for the rest of your days, done. Not happening anymore. Just when you think you've found your tribe, something's going to happen and pull you right out again. So, and on to the next one. Uranus is going to be continuing with this adventure for you for at least, I think, another 4 to 5 years. So, but check it out. Google it, and you'll see. This is why, you may not feel like you're really acting like yourself. Oh, yeah, it's time to play. Either this or you know, there's perhaps a child in the situation. You know, you may be looking for other ways in terms of access to a child, you know, because this is about home and family. So, yeah, you could be leaving behind family, or you could be returning. All of these things are possible. So, Taurus, I hope that you found that insightful, and we will see you next time.